I'd like to call this meeting in order. Please rise for prayer and flag. Charlie, if you can lead us, please.
Sure. Father, we thank you for your many blessings to us. We stand here at a time in history that many things are swirling around on a larger scale. We have to continue to work on a local area, on a local issues that we are commissioned to govern over. And so today, as we have presentations today, we ask that we would understand the needs of the citizens and that we would contemplate those and we would seek your wisdom in making those decisions. We ask these things in Jesus' name. Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all. Welcome. Item 4, any citizen desiring to be heard?
None filed.
No one filed. Item 5, consideration and possible action on approving minutes of October 13th, 2023.
Think they're okay.
Yeah, I move that we approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, motion carries. Item 6, consideration and possible action on final plat of Sunset Ridge in the southeast quarter of 1216 North 4 West, containing 10 blocks and 31 lots. Come on up. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Good. Here, just give it a mark down there. We'll pass it this way.
Got a pen?
No, they're
Trying to.
they've gone.
Y'all know.
Where is this actually located? I don't recognize the
May
place.
33.
May
So
33?
May's over here, 33.
Okay. Okay. Is that yours, Mark? Or
It's in
is that
District
mine?
1. No,
District
that's in
1.
District 1.
We always look for the language of, it's maintained privately roads.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's on the, it'll be on where you sign.
Okay.
Right there should be a statement. It should be on the top.
What type of roads are you putting in the development?
Private street.
It'll be asphalt once about 80% of the homes are in.
Okay.
It'll be gravel up till then.
Okay.
Was there 2 of them brothers the same?
Yes, sir. It's right here.
Unless you want to look at it. How many homes was that?
There's 33 lots, so it'll be around 30.
Well,
You got them all sold?
some by 2 lots and
Ain't nothing moving right now.
I'll make a motion that we approve the final plat.
I'll second that motion.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, motion carries. Well,
On
good
that-
luck. Hope you get them all sold.
On that note, that's for the board, talking to Canadian County, they don't have zoning or planning. He hasn't seen a plat since he's been commissioner since January. But what he said is they're
Can
doing
you
is they're
take this
doing
straight over
property
to the county
lines.
clerk's office, get them recorded?
And so they're just selling
And
property
then once they
lines.
record them, you're gonna take
The
a
roads are
copy
not
down
marked
and
as
get a
property.
legal size made and. bring
Nobody
that back.
pays the taxes on it. It reverts back to the county in 3 years
Pardon
if
you?
nobody pays the taxes on it. Then they
I
become
did,
county
my
roads.
stamp, for a testing? Did I miss? Did I
Well,
miss
let's
it?
do that.
No, I didn't. No, you're
Well,
fine.
that's what I feel, I didn't know about that either.
I think Jeremiah ought to look at that pretty closely. If we were to do something like that.
Back to the county clerk's office, yeah. They'll-
First,
And
I told him
they'll
to make it-
explain it again
We
when you
make
get
him
over
put it
there.
on here,
All
but
right,
they're not our
anything else
road.
for me?
He said, I have
Good
to.
thing, thank you.
Sir, are these custom homes or are they gonna be spec homes? Are you the builder or developer or both?
Developer, and then I'll build some, but I'll sell lots too, yes, sir.
Okay, and approximately what price range are they in?
Minimum 1,800 square feet, so,
Okay,
you know, they'll be 2,000, 2,200 probably.
yeah, okay, all right. Just
All right.
wondered.
Thank
Good
you.
luck, good luck.
Item 7, meeting with fire chiefs, discuss county sales tax. Mike, are you the man?
I guess I am, since they made me president of the Chiefs Association, so.
All right, thanks for coming. Have a good day.
We've been discussing at the Chiefs meetings about the sales tax, knowing it was gonna come up. And we decided, we made, a lot of discussions that we had was about what we felt as fire departments we needed in this deal. And so we've come up with what our ask, and we hope that y'all will agree to what we're asking for. First thing I want to say is most all departments in this county have improved their ISO rating tremendously since we started this tax. I know personally for Orlando, we was a 9/10 and we've gone down to 4/4Y. So most of us have worked real hard to try to improve that, which helps our citizens get cheaper insurance premiums, which is our goal, not only fire protection. So we're going to start off, we prepared a little slide here with the history of the Logan County sales tax renewal. Logan County voters first approved a 5-year quarter-cent sales tax to benefit the fire departments in 2000. Most recently, on August 24, 2014, the voters of Logan County approved a 10-year, three-quarter-cent sales tax split between Logan County Roads, Sheriff's Office, and the fire departments. This year, grouping them together is no longer a legal option, so they're going to have to stand alone. So there are 14 departments covering areas in Logan County: Cashin, Crescent, Guthrie, Marshall, Mulhall, Orlando, Twin Lakes, Coyle, Deer Creek, Langston, Meridian, Oak Cliff, Sooner, and Woodcrest. This is basically, we put some slides together of the benefits that this tax has helped each department. I'm not going to go through all of them. I'm going to kind of hit the highlights. Benefits to Cashin, they got a new engine in 2020, purchased with county funds. 2 new brush pumpers in 2016. And of course the training is a big deal. I mean, we can utilize this money for training too, and upgrade that stuff as we go. Benefits to Coyle, they've purchased 1 new apparatus with the lease purchase, 1 new apparatus bought with county funds, 3 used apparatus bought with county funds, and they've upfitted 1 truck donated with county funds. Benefits to Crescent, 2 apparatuses purchased solely with county funds, 4 donated apparatuses upfitted using county funds, and etc. Benefits to Guthrie, the most recent is the purchase of a 2020 brush pumper. I believe they replaced the pump and the pony motor this year, and they're purchasing new helmets with their tax funds this year. Benefits to Langston, most recent is upgraded a heavy brush truck, bought a newer engine, and upgraded their radios. Benefits to Marshall, 1 new apparatus, 2 used apparatuses, 3 donated apparatuses upfitted, multiple sets of bunker gear, 10 air packs. Benefits to Meridian, engine 1 was purchased in 2018 and paid off in 2021. Benefits to Mulhall, 5 apparatus purchased completely with county funds, 1 apparatus purchased through an 80/20 grant, Their 20% was met with county funds, a 3-bay addition to their station, etc. Benefits to Oak Cliff, they purchased bunker gear and other PPE at approximately $5,000 a set, upfitting 2 new command vehicles. Benefits to Orlando, we have purchased 2 new apparatus solely with Logan County funds. We've gotten 2 used apparatus purchased with county funds. All members have new up-to-date bunker gear and bottle-land gear, and we've replaced all of our SCBA bottles. Benefits to Sooner, Tanker 4 was purchased in 2016 using county funds. The big deal with Sooner is the county funds make up approximately 80% of their budget. So if it was not for their county funds, their budget would not be very good. I can tell you for Orlando, my budget for the city is $14,000 a year. Our insurance is about $12,000 a year. So I would pretty much wipe out my budget just paying for the insurance. Benefits to Twin Lakes. We all know their fire station caught on fire a couple of years ago, but they've greatly improved their stuff too. They've gotten a gator with county funds, a donated Delisi chassis upfitted with county funds, etc. Benefits to Woodcrest, funds received account for nearly 40% of their annual budget. 1 new brush pumper purchased solely with county funds, and etc. there. Now we're going to move on to this.
Can you go back to that one slide there for
Yes.
just a second?
This one?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I saw what I was looking for.
Okay. Did I miss something there, Charlie?
No.
Okay. As Deer Creek formally annexed their Logan County area in November of 2022, they will be included for the first time as a beneficiary on this sales tax. The Logan County Fire Chiefs Association has approved including Deer Creek Fire Department in this tax proposal. The Logan County Fire Chiefs Association is requesting the sales tax duration be increased from 10 years to 15 or 20 years. This request is not simply to extend the time frame of the tax. It is primarily due to the current supply chain issues and price increases that the fire service is experiencing. Securing grants. Many grants are reimbursed style where the funds have to be spent and then are refunded in full or in part through the grant. For example, Coyle and Meridian were able to secure a $56,000 grant for radios using county funds that will be reimbursed. Sooner secured an 80-20 grant where they had to supply 20% of their needed funds to pave around their station. Due to the delivery time frame of some items such as radios, which may take months or years to arrive, lengthening the tax will aid in applying for grants and receiving them. Now we're going to go to cost and our supply chain issues. So the reason why we're asking for this longer time is mainly because bunker gear, the cost of bunker gear in 2021, a pant and coat set cost $2,679. In June of 2022, a coat and pant set cost $2,899. This is an 8.2% increase in a year. The industry has shown a 26% increase over the past 2 years. SCBA costs have had a 50% increase over the last 3 years. Most manufacturers are taking 18 months to deliver bunker gear. I know at my job at OSU FST, we've got some bunker gear that's been on order now for about 22 months and we haven't got it yet.
Is that manufactured in the United States?
It is.
Okay.
And it's basically custom built, so
Per firefighter.
per firefighter. So they come and take the measurements, and then they build all the bunker gear to our firefighters' measurements. And I don't know why it takes so long to get it. In my opinion, it shouldn't take that long. But
Well, tailors are slow.
well, I guess.
Let me ask a question because I'm assuming there's some turnover in personnel in the firefighters, particularly you're talking volunteer. What if you get one ordered for a firefighter and he or she quit? What is that? Can that be sold somewhere else to fit someone, or do you just go ahead and take delivery on it and hope you can recruit somebody that'll fit?
So I try, when I put a new firefighter on, I try to order them geared, but I also try to find them. Sometimes we have some older gear from firefighters that have quit, and we'll let them use that gear. And I may wait a little while before I order some gear for them to make sure they're kind of going to hang around.
Yeah.
Because this right here is a big investment.
Sure.
On each firefighter.
Yeah.
And the big deal I have with it is if I spend this money and then wait 18 months and they quit in 6 months, after you custom order this, you can't take it back.
Right,
you have
right.
to take it.
The reason I wanted you to go back there is I saw 10 to 15 years. I didn't know if that was something that took that long to pay, but it was the estimated length of time that the bunker gear would last.
It's a
And
according to NFPA, you have to replace your helmet and your bunker gear in 10
In
years,
10 years.
no matter what.
No
what was the
matter what.
15 on it then?
That's the air packs.
That's the
The
air
air
pack.
pack.
The carbon bottles on SCBA's are only 15-year lifespan,
Lifespan.
Okay.
and they're about $1,500 a piece.
Yeah. So you have a rule that you have to,
Yeah,
but does a helmet really have to be replaced, or is it,
yeah.
Yeah.
what happens to them that causes them to need to be replaced?
It's just a
The sweat
degrading
band-
of them. from
Yeah, and the
heat
sweat
and
band in
damage.
there will get a lot of, I will call it carbons and stuff.
Yeah.
You don't want them.
The helmet itself completely has to be
Yes.
replaced at 10 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
So after that, it becomes a liability, and
Right.
then you're flirting with danger on insurance and everything
Okay.
else.
All right.
So we'll move forward if you're good with that.
I am. Thank you.
All right, sales tax renewal justification for a 15-20 year time frame. Brush pumpers and other commercial cab apparatus. Commercial cab chassis are taking about 12 to 18 months from order to delivery. Many commercial cab chassis manufacturers are allowing only a window of time to place orders with a select number proceeded units each year. In 2022, Dodge stopped taking fleet orders completely. If a department wants to finance a 10-year lease purchase using the sales tax funds, it would be impossible, as by the time they take delivery and begin payments, they're down to 8 years worth of funding. Custom fire apparatus. A custom pumper engine that cost $520,000 in 2016 would now cost approximately $1,038,000 to build. In 2016, it took around 9 to 10 months from ordering to delivery to build a custom apparatus. Now it takes about 45 to 48 months for delivery. Manufacturers are writing open-ended contracts where all component price increases can be passed through to the buyer due to the timeline of production. If a fire department wants to finance a 10-year lease purchase using the sales tax funds, it would be impossible, as by the time they take delivery and begin payments, they are down to 6 years worth of guaranteed funding. Custom fire, in planning an order, a month's worth of procrastination can cost lots of time and money. Leasing a truck at current rates is still better than waiting 5 years and having a unit double in price. Stock mid-mount ladders from Pierce are selling within 20 minutes of being posted on their website. Pierce has indicated that even if they were able to increase their production by 25% overnight, in 3 years, it would still take 36 months for production. Nothing is getting cheaper or easier to purchase in any American industry, but especially in the fire service industry, it has become increasingly difficult. Not only are the costs of purchasing apparatus and equipment going up, the cost of maintaining them is too. Fuel, preventative maintenance, utilities, everything operationally is costing more. Even the training paid with county funding is becoming more expensive and more difficult to find. In closing, the Logan County Fire Chiefs Association is asking the Logan County Board of Commissioners to support placing a sales tax for the Logan County Fire Departments on the ballot shortly after the beginning of 2024, possibly in February. We ask that the sales tax include all original 13 fire departments and add Deer Creek Fire Protection District. We also ask the commissioners to place a sales tax on the ballot with a 15 to 20 year time frame instead of the usual 10-year time frame. It is our hope that the citizens of Logan County will support this ballot by approving it, but should it fail, we will ask to have it placed on another ballot before the end of 2024. Thank you for your time and consideration, and we're open to any questions that you all have.
Could you introduce all your fellow chiefs that came with you today?
Mm-hmm.
Could you introduce
Yes.
your fellow chiefs?
So this is Grady Birchfield, the chief at Crescent. I have Roland Taylor, chief at Mahal. Corey Beagles, the chief at Deer Creek. He's a captain at Cool.
Devin Costner.
You know, it's not a usual 10-year. It was 5 years.
Yes.
And then Monty and I, we put it on the agenda last time, we put it out to 10.
I don't have a problem putting it on there for 15 to 20. I would have an issue with the permanent tax. But it's extending it out, I mean, I understand. But to be fair, you could start saving money on a loan. If you knew you was going to buy something, you could start putting money back. I mean, you don't
This
have to
is
spend
true.
that money, so, just to be fair, but I don't have an issue with it. So.
Do you have a preference of 15 or 20 years?
I believe our goal at the Chiefs Association was to ask for 20 and hope for 15. So I think 20 would make us easy, but we can work with 15.
Now, when you folks buy this, it's just like the county lease purchase, right?
Yes.
Anything that they use sales tax is through us, county purchasing, and all the same statutes that we follow.
I think the biggest thing is there's departments, I know Guthrie, there's a couple others that their accounts are fairly low most of the time. There's a few of us that are fortunate, like Crescent, we have a city budget, covers our utilities, our fuel. We're very fortunate for that, but there's also like Sooner, a couple of the unincorporated departments, they're 60–80% of it comes out of nothing but county. So I mean, our accounts a little more of a rainy day, so to speak, but we also have to utilize it because we can't survive on fundraisers and bean suppers anymore like we used to. So,
On an average, how many firemen do you have per department?
it's 15 to 20 is a good average. I mean, we hover around 17 to 20 all the time in my 22 plus years. So we've never had more than 21. So, but there's a few that have just over 20. There's a couple that are like right around 10. So
I mean, you guys, I mean, y'all do a great job, but you're very lucky that you even get a volunteer fireman. I mean, I try to pay them,
Oh, yeah.
and I can't get them.
it's hard. It's very hard.
And I think especially the last few years, we've gone to the auto aid agreements between us all because the issue we run into in the daytime is everybody's got a job just like everybody else.
Yeah.
So we may only have one or two guys around during the daytime. That's where our issues are, is
Short coverage.
short coverage.
I mean, it's everybody. It's
Yeah.
I mean, you got Guthrie's just as hard up on people as we are, and they're paid, but they
And-
cover almost 500 square miles of the county for ambulance.
Has the Chiefs Association ever considered buying a dozer that you guys use anywhere you want to use it or
It's
anywhere?
been talked about.
Then you have to have a truck to haul it though.
Yeah.
Then you gotta have them operated, then you gotta have
You
those.
gotta have a place to keep it.
Monty won't come run it all the time when I call him.
I try.
If we bought one, I should say.
Oh, yeah.
So in February, when you bring up, you hope it will be done in February, are we looking at a school board election date for that?
It was February.
I believe that's what was mentioned was a school board. but-
school board
So if I can explain,
Okay.
there is a possible, so if you look at the election list, February is because it's a school board. In this case, with the sales tax, it would not be a county-wide vote that we could put a ballot on. We would have to pay for
Pay
that
for it.
election. because if they're only going to have school board elections in certain locales, it's not countywide. The first election that is a statewide, countywide would be March the 5th.
Which that would be great.
No, that's the,
And
that's
we
the
wouldn't have to
presidential
pay.
primary.
That is the presidential primary. If at that date, we do not have to pay for that election.
What is the next date that we don't have to pay?
After February,
Is that
after
the
the March,
primary elections?
it would be the primary in June. However, I will tell you that state law says that if you are out on a ballot for a sales tax and it were to fail, you have to wait 6 months before you can go out. So if you push this to June, you would not be able to use November to go back out.
So what would it cost to have a countywide election?
I spoke to Shalene about this a few weeks ago. The estimated cost would be $20,000 to call a special countywide election.
I'd really like to piggyback on the state. Sales tax.
Which that would be split between all of us, right? If we had to pay for it through the county and the
I think
department.
the three that are currently receiving sales tax, yeah, we would have to
Split
do
it
that.
3 ways.
Split it 3
Split the
ways.
cost,
Between-
but again, that March ballot, there is no cost.
Sure.
So when we put February on there, we just gonna let you all figure out when you wanna put it on the agenda.
I know we got the other 2 sales tax that have to go on at the same
Yes,
time.
and we know that too, so.
Well, and I think I discussed this when I met with the chiefs. I wanted to pass. And my concern with the presidential primary is that is going to be very heavy Republican turnout in this county. And Republicans have a little bit of a tendency to sometimes be opposed to tax increases. This is not an increase, but taxes. And of course, my greatest concern is for the sheriff back here. I don't think people are, I don't think they'll hesitate for the fire department or county roads. But the sheriff is something, sometimes people don't care about prisoners and things like that. And I can make a case why, how really important it is, but you know, that be a lot of people I could never make that case to. And so,
Do we have the time to put it on February?
We would be,
Very close.
I don't, yeah. It's gonna be tight, seeing how November is tomorrow.
Yeah.
To get it to February. I just would also think it's really important for anyone listening to understand that nobody is asking for an increase in the tax at all.
Yeah.
It will not change the amount of
Nothing.
sales tax that's currently being collected. It would just extend the years that we continue to collect the same
well,
sales tax.
in thinking about it, if we went with the presidential primary and had it on there, if they didn't pass the sheriff's budget, we could bring it back up in November and we could really make the case as to why it should be passed.
But I would point out, just point out, that sales tax for the jail, where it began was
Yeah.
with the building of the jail, and
Yeah.
it's been continued without issue and without question.
Yeah.
The county, as Rob Hudson told this board, and I think both of you were around when he did, our #1 statutory responsibility is to provide a jail and law enforcement.
Yeah.
And so,
That's our responsibility, but we're asking the citizens.
it's all citizens' money though.
Yes, no, I know, but they have the choice over this.
So,
And but you know, once I realized how important it was when that poorly trained staff up in what county was it, Sheriff? Ottawa County, poorly trained staff ignored an inmate, and that inmate dies because of that. And now there's a judgment because there was a federal trial in Tulsa, and now the citizens are going to have to pay $33 million out of taxpayer funds because,
No, I agree.
yeah, it's
And Ottawa's
vitally
not the only.
important.
Harmon County got hit with a $7 million case about 3 or 4 years ago, so. it's-
So having a well-trained jail staff to recognize these needs is real important. So I would think personally, I don't know if we want to make a decision today, but
It's not on the agenda to make
yeah,
a decision.
okay.
Well, I can only tell you I don't have an issue putting it on the ballot for the people to vote on it, but I just assume all the people have a chance to vote on it. It's,
But that's kind of the way we feel about it also.
so, I'm on board. I would be against the permanent tax, but, you know, extending it out, I don't have a problem at all.
And the 15 years, I think would be more palatable to the voters than 20. That's just my thought. I don't care one way or the other, but I want it to pass. And if they're jumping from 10 to 15, that's more palatable than jumping from 10 to 20 to them. They won't probably never hear a presentation like this and understand why the needs are and such.
Well, we kind of felt like we needed to put something together to explain why we wanted to extend it out.
Did a
over
good
10
job.
years.
Did a good job.
It's kind of like a road.
Oh, yeah.
You don't need it until you need it.
Right.
100%.
100%.
Kind of out of sight, out of mind, the jail is, the fire is, until it's your place on fire, or you need to get somewhere.
So just to be clear, y'all's not asking to increase, you want to leave it at 4%, you
Leave.
want to extend it out?
Yeah.
Leave the percentage exactly the way it is, just go to 15 or 20 based on what we presented, and
And add Deer Creek to the tax.
All righty, I don't have an issue. You guys got any questions? I can't speak for them, but I'm on board.
just let us know what we need to do
Yeah.
going forward, that way we can get it. I know we already talked about it a couple of times, just deciding on when to put it on.
This board's gonna have to take action on
All three of them
what
are
we
all in,
want on the
are all in
ballot
it together.
Yep,
by the 7th.
sure.
Because
Right,
we've got to have,
7th of
well,
November.
I'm working out.
Yeah.
For the March 5th ballot, we have to have the paperwork to the election board, I believe it's December 20th, and it's gonna take Jeremiah a little time to work up all new,
The
split
legalities,
out.
yeah.
So I think this board should have an action as to what you're going to propose so that we can get that.
I haven't had a chance to visit with the sheriff about the sales tax for the jail, but I'll have that conversation and maybe get this ball rolling.
Have your people contact my people.
What do you
I
think
know
about
a guy that knows the sheriffs.
mirroring all three?
It's not that bad of a guy.
Do what now?
Are you thinking about mirroring all three of them, make them all look the same year?
That'd be my thought.
That was gonna be my question, what y'all's thoughts were.
Keep it consistent.
Yeah.
I think it would look better on the ballot to me if I went there and they were all the same personally, but.
Well, I've had people ask me to increase the amount. I've had people ask me to decrease the amount. I've let it be known, I'm staying exactly where it is at a quarter cent for all three of them. And not going to decrease, not going to increase it, so.
Appreciate you guys' time. Anything else?
No, sir, like I said, we appreciate y'all taking the time out of your meeting today to hear what our thoughts was on the whole deal. And
We appreciate you coming and doing the presentation. Good job.
Yeah, we got some good fire departments. I mean, no
Yep.
doubt.
And I think the good thing to know is this, all the departments in this county, we work real good together and we strive to work well together. So I feel like our citizens are much better off than in other counties because trust me, there's other counties that don't work as well as we do. So.
Is that,
Be sure and tell the chief over at Meridian that I wore my special shirt because I went to the bean supper over there and bought this shirt.
keep your clothes on.
All righty, Mike, Grady, guys, appreciate it.
Thank you,
Thank you,
gentlemen.
gentlemen.
Get excited over the fire truck.
All right, I'll calm down here.
Item 8, consideration of possible action on a grant award to the Coal Fire Department of Oklahoma Department of Agriculture in the amount of $30,000 to be used for building expansion.
So, Coyle is gonna get a grant to do a building add-on. They're going to use sales tax dollars to fund it, and this is a reimbursement, so they've got to front up the whole project, and then they'll get $30,000. Total cost estimate on this project is $66,000, but because it's sales tax, the authorized officials will be through the board, and Monty, these are set for you to sign as chairman, where I have flagged.
I'd entertain a motion on this grant.
I move that we accept it.
I'm second.
Yeah.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, motion carries. All right.
You can pass it,
Do
it
you
just
wanna-
needed his signature.
That's all right. That's
Okay.
fine. That's fine.
Item 9, consideration of possible action on grant awarded to the Sheriff's Office for the National Criminal History Improvement and Policy in the amount of $19,370 to be used for live scan fingerprinting and equipment. What say you, Sheriff?
This is basically a grant to replace our existing live scan fingerprinting machine. It's lower 10 years old, getting to the point it can't be updated. This will allow us to continue to be submitting fingerprints electronically to the state and everywhere else we need to.
Henry, there's a whole bunch of spots here that just require the chairman's signature, and they're all flagged. So you want to do them now or later, it's up to you.
Is this, where does the grant come from?
It
Sheriff?
actually comes from, I want to say, the District Attorney's Council.
Okay. And do you have a match on this?
No,
or-
no.
Okay. I move that we approve this.
Second.
I got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, the motion carries.
Okay, I'll leave it.
Item 10, consideration of possible action on a resolution disposing of a 2008 John Deere tractor with a MX 8 cutter to P&K equipment. Mr. Meadows.
That was sold by bid.
This is not mine.
Yes, sir.
Oh, it is mine?
We have to do the resolution
I'll take the money.
disposing where we did the bid to sell that tractor, and P&K got the.
Okay, all right, all
So
right.
now we're.
I thought this is one of Mark's.
You gotta tell them that you're gonna get rid of it, now you gotta tell them where you got rid of it at.
And we're going to deposit. the
Do I tell them when they're gonna
21,000
come pick it up?
And the 21,000 be deposited in District 3's road account. All in favor?
Not in favor of that.
I'll make a motion.
Let's watch this guy like a hawk.
I'll second.
I got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, the motion carries.
I thought we were done with that thing a long time ago.
Item 11, consideration of possible action on resolution accepting $3,400 donation from residents of Glen Drive to District 2 for culverts on Glen Drive.
Now, all you firemen, you're all welcome to stay here, but if y'all wanna leave, you can leave anytime you want.
No, you gotta stay here.
Yeah.
Might miss,
You want-
you might miss something if you leave.
I move that we accept this.
I guess Glen Drive's county maintained.
It is.
I'll second your motion.
It's in my district.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, the motion carries. Item 12, consideration of possible action on a resolution accepting $5,000 donation from Esther Chevrolet to the Sheriff's Office to be used for any purpose. You can put that on roads if you want to, Sheriff.
I thought about it, but
County Road 68.
I better not. There's too many roads to pick from.
Well,
So
you know,
did you let him out of a big ticket here or something to get this donation?
I can't confirm or deny anything. It falls on the person.
what is it?
It's,
$5,000
they have a,
donation
yeah, they have
to,
a,
to do that little section in Triplet, that would allow your people a place to park. Where they wouldn't get flat tires.
y'all got all kinds of good ideas.
I'm trying to help you, Monty, out there on that one.
Where's the last time you got stuck in District 2? That's what I want to know.
Uh,
5,000, I can improve that little section there.
10 minutes ago.
Friday morning.
Friday morning. Just give me the location, I'll.
He hadn't been at this long enough, I'm not gonna ask that question.
I'll move that we accept the donation.
I'll second it.
Got a motion and a second. Any other great ideas? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, all opposed, the motion carries. 13, consideration and possible action on a resolution declaring surplus equipment for District 2.
We have a 1985 Ford 3910 tractor, a 1967 Gardner Denver air compressor, a 2001 Ford F3D, and 1969 Haver broom sweeper. These are all being declared surplus and will be sold at auction.
The only thing I put a reserve on is this broom sweeper. I put a reserve on there, and if it doesn't sell above that reserve, then I'm gonna set it out in front of the gate and put a flower bed around it and show it as an antique and make something really pretty to decorate things, so.
Well, that air compressor can buy beer, that's for sure. It's been a good one if it still works. 1967.
It does. It fires right up, works really well.
All right, well, I'll make a motion, we surplus this equipment.
I'll second it.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, all opposed, the motion carries. 14, consideration of possible action on quotes for replacement of the HVAC unit for the courthouse annex.
You're all aware we have some HVAC problems going on.
I was when I walked in this cold office.
This is, we have one down that needs replaced. I believe there's 2 on the building. Okay.
4. 2 on that side, 2 on
Okay.
this side.
So this is, what I have is a quote from Integrity for $39,551 for, no, scratch. $43,946.20, and that's for 2 units. Oh, and then they're giving a discount that'll bring it down to $39,500. Integrated quoted just to replace the one that's actually down. And it came in at $11,913.13. They both include the curve adapters, the crane services, 1-year parts and warranty for a 5-ton unit. So if you take the Integrity that came in at basically 40, that was 20,000 a unit. Integrated came in at 12,000 a unit.
So I think Nicole has pictures of both units, and I guess the other one is rotted completely out as well. I think that's why they gave a quote on replacing both. But I would think if they can replace one at 12, they could probably replace two.
It may even be cheaper, since he's already got the mobilization.
So whatever you guys want to do. I think Nicole would like a heater.
Yeah.
If the other one's on its last leg, even if we're gonna leave, we still have to do something for whoever or whatever's in here.
So on that grant we
I say
received,
spend the money you both.
It would not apply to this,
can't reply.
no, because we have to.
Because that's energy savings.
Well, no, it wouldn't apply because we have to submit an application that explains what we're going to do and get it all approved, and we're not at where we've done now.
Right.
And because, so this would be done before that, it won't apply.
By the way, if we can put it on the agenda for the next meeting on the 6th, Integrated will be here and do a presentation on what they found on their 3 yards in the fairground building. So.
I'll make a motion, we go with integrated.
1 unit or 2?
2 units, if they're gonna honor that same price on both units.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll second that motion.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, the motion carries.
On this 1 unit, they might put a Put a hurry up order on that.
Cold. The one we had to do in the other building, they got it done really quickly.
They came out, what, 2 days later, I think?
Yeah.
15 is consideration of possible action to appoint the following members to the emergency medical district boards. So every year in October, we gotta reappoint one to each district.
And I take it they all want to serve.
Yes, sir.
I'll make a motion.
Who came up with these names? Are they someone we knew, or did they volunteer to?
They're on the board.
Oh, okay. So they're willing to serve another term then? Okay.
So, Mark, you made a motion?
Yes.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, the motion carries. Item 16, consideration of possible action on a resolution to establish Logan County longevity pay program.
So this came up when we were doing estimated needs and preparing for a budget. The state allows counties to have a longevity pay program. The state has one for their employees that can recognize and reward employees for their length of service with the county. We've never had this. We did put in a request in the budget, and we did have funds available. The program is really set by statute, so the year breakdown and that kind of thing is all set out by statute. We're just following that.
In other words, what you're saying is the amount of money and the time that they serve?
Yes.
That's all
yes,
determined?
Yes, that is set by statute. I sent the resolution that details everything out a couple of weeks ago to each of you. The only sway from the state was the dates that we're going to apply it. So this would be calculated as of October 31st each year. And that we've also recognized that we never know about the budget. So much like the safety award, it will hinge on budget approval annually. There's no guarantee for this program to go into effect.
And that's why I hate calling it a program, but I mean, I get it, you got to, because we might not have the funds next.
Well, same with the safety awards. I mean, we
It's an annual program as
you
well.
know, yeah, you know. And I just think it's important to be very upfront about that to staff, that,
Sure.
that,
They'll only hear that they're getting money, so.
you know, we have been really fortunate with the safety awards, but I do recollect in the last 10 or 12 years, I think there was 2 years that we could not do those because of the budget, so.
Elected officials are not allowed to participate in this longevity pay.
And by statute, the longevity begins at 2 years employment to qualify. And that's a statutory requirement. And the tiers are broken in like 2-year groups. So from a 2 to 4 year period, it would get this, 4 to 6. That's statute.
Well, let's say,
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on longevity pay? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, the motion carries.
When we have this luncheon and we give these out, can the commissioners give them out to their own employees?
If you would like us to do it that way, but how about we have a talk after the meeting?
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
You will sign that. Item 17, consideration of possible action on designating November 9th, 2023 as County Employee Appreciation Day, closing all county offices at 11:30 a.m. for a luncheon. County offices remain closed for the rest of the day.
So as part of showing our appreciation to county employees to bust their butts and don't get a lot of pats on the back, we'll have a luncheon.
Okay.
And this new longevity pay program will be tied into that. So please encourage all staff to attend.
I make a motion that we designate November 9th as County Employee Appreciation Day and close all county offices at 11:30 for luncheon.
I'll second that.
I got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, the motion carries.
Of course, it's gonna be a snow day.
I have none on 18 and 19.
No action on 18 and 19.
Couldn't even set out on the roads.
Consideration of possible action on consent agenda items. Oh, Lord.
All right. Here's payroll.
See you guys.
They roll.
Roland, be careful.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
It was right there, and I'm not trying
You signed it ahead of time. Here's.
Yeah, when she gives them to me, I sign them over. Doesn't make it legal until another one
Yeah.
comes to me.
Hey, Mikey, can you get me on that pension on the fire department deal, on the retirement deal? I've been fighting fire a long time.
Get you that $178 a month.
Yeah, $178 a month that we're all gonna get.
Hey, it all counts, all adds up, I'd like to get on there.
Transfer.
I remember one of my uncles got 100 a month after 20 years.
We do appreciate you guys, though.
Yep.
Even when we're mad at you.
That's David, guys.
I think y'all have been pretty fruitful with the money, so.
Makes for a pretty parade.
What's that?
Makes for a pretty parade.
Yeah. Yeah, what would we do without you guys on 18 hours?
Yeah, if we could just get moved up to the front so we don't have to wait till the end.
Yep.
If we
When
can
it
get
started,
there-
there wouldn't have been any trucks that made it to the parade, other than Guthrie's.
If we can just get them sirens to turn off, it would help.
Election board, that's only you. Alcoholic beverage tax.
Oh, Chris, you gonna guess on this?
23.8.
And you're way off, it's 21, 27, 26.
The water was bad. I thought
The ponds ain't turned yet. You wait till the ponds turn. It'll go up.
What pond?
What ponds?
Will conclude consent.
We got some pretty good stuff in Crescent, y'all come share.
Crescent, we got good water over there. Yes. Pump it right out of the sewer.
No, it's on the other side of the county.
Guthrie was 14,900, Crescent was 1,800, Mulhall 294, Coyle 486. We get down to the good one.
Meridian.
Meridian.
$22.
Was $19.44.
Slow down a little bit.
All
Yeah.
moonshine now.
Reported. That's reported.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, if sheriff goes bust one of those stills, that'll sure mess him up, won't it?
He's got room in that office.
That concludes the consent agenda items.
Well, I make a motion, we approve the consent agenda.
I'll second it since we signed them already.
I got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Item 21, consideration and possible action on claims for payment for October 2023. Start calling.
It's just initials here on this.
Yeah, you can, yes. Mikey, y'all was talking about the expense of everything. Did you know that the average water bill for the jail for 12 months is around $80,000-$90,000 a year?
That would not surprise me none.
Sure stings a little bit.
Long showers that time.
So the jail, it costs a lot of money to run a jail.
Yeah, it does.
Trying to point that out. Very expensive little operation.
Nothing's getting cheaper.
Yeah, and it's not getting cheaper.
I haven't noticed a lot.
Takes a lot of deputies to run that jail too.
Guarantee it's cheaper to run it right than it is to have an Ottawa County thing.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're gonna do that, because the law for that sinking fund says it has to pay in 3 years.
I know, they're, last I knew. they
High
was
property
struggling.
tax.
Now, I know the case in Harmon County, because they are so small and sparsely populated and so underfunded. I think the judge was giving them an extension off that 3 years for their $7 million.
I think those guys are scrambling. They don't even generate enough if they enacted a
Oh, no
sale.
way, yeah.
Our sheriff does a good job over there, though. Takes care of
Staff does.
Now you're buttering up to him.
Well, he's gonna give me $5,000, why wouldn't
I don't write the checks.
Well, we can transfer that.
That's, you can't, it's too different.
It's a donation, trust me, we can transfer.
He's looked into it. That may be diesel for a generator.
I might give you half the tank in there.
Oh, y'all make a motion. We've got the claims for this one.
I'll second it.
I got a motion and a second, any discussion on the claims? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, motion carries. 22, consideration of possible action on purchase card payment for October 2023. In the amount of $4,450.27. I will move that we approve that payment.
I'll second that.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on the purchase card payment? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, the motion carries. Item 23, comments, announcements, questions by the Board of County Commissioners or other county officers and department heads. Emergency management, Stephen Hackey, you got anything for us?
No, sir, not today.
What about the fire departments? Any closing statements?
No, I think we've pretty much explained what we need.
Yes, sir. How
I
about
want to ask
sheriff?
Mr. Haga here something. When are we gonna have that plan for, fire remediation ready?
Well, we're waiting on, I turned everything in on the, to the state, our notice of intent, so whenever they get back to us.
But weren't they gonna help us draw one up, or?
That was gonna be forestry, was going to.
Right.
Yes.
Right,
Yeah.
so do they have something for us to look at?
Yeah, they have, the Eric Ashlock, I think is his name, at forestry. He sent me an example of, the one up in Washington County that they did.
Can you print that out so we can read it and see
Yeah.
how that works?
Yeah, I'll forward it to you in an
Yeah.
email. Yeah.
Yeah, now if you do that, I'd appreciate it. And also, when might we apply for some of the remediation equipment?
So the first part will be doing the, the plan.
yeah.
And then hopefully we get that done with, year time frame or so. And then,
I was hoping we could do it in a month.
oh.
Has FEMA still put a hold on the program?
Yeah, I believe it's still all on hold, because I haven't got any other emails on it, but, and then the next year, then we can apply for the, mitigation stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Since we're in Ukraine and we're in Israel, Maui went away. You don't even hear about that fire now.
I actually did on Fox News about 4:30 this morning.
Did you?
Yeah, something like that, so.
Well, that's up too early. Call me next time so I can get that.
Well, I went to bed early last night. I went to bed at 11:15, so.
Damon, you got anything?
As a matter of fact, I do.
Uh-oh.
We've been picking on him.
Been poking the bear on me.
You've been served.
On October 18th, the state jail inspection came and did a drop-in to inspect our jail. And the biggest thing that I see.
Is this a surprise visit from them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's a surprise visit. And they come in, State Department of Health oversees the jail. compliance. And on the second page, you'll see at the bottom, it says, no deficient practices was cited. The facility is deemed to be in substantial compliance. In all my years of doing this, I've never in my life seen one that says that. So I just wanted you guys to have a copy. I'll give you a copy, Troy, for your records.
Did you frame this and put this in your
No,
office?
but I've sent it to everybody that I know saying, hey, check this out.
Yeah.
Because it is something to be proud of, and it's a testament to our staff and the job we do. As we talk about trying to hire people, you know, in the detention environment, it's tough. We do have some good dedicated employees back there that bust their butt every day, and that's a testament to the job they do. For them to not find any violation of some kind, it's kind of like the state auditors. When they come in, they're going to find something.
Yeah.
The state jail inspection is kind of the same way, and for them to come back in substantial compliance is pretty cool. So
Yeah.
something we can be proud of here.
Well, I'll see the state auditor tomorrow probably, so I'll tell her to give us a good report.
Yeah, and if they need $5,000, Monty's got it.
Yeah. And
Cash.
by the way, with you being the president of the Oklahoma State Sheriff's Association and on the national board, it's really important for you to set a good example, and you've done that.
I'll try. I appreciate that.
And that's something that, you know, these other sheriffs ought to aspire to. Would you like to share maybe who 3 or 4 of the other really top counties that would be in the top compliance similar to this, close to this?
It's hard to say, honestly. You know, I haven't been in very many jails. I've been in Oklahoma counties. We all know what that's like.
I don't think they're on the top.
No, they're not the top. You know, we're blessed to have a facility that was built appropriately with the, you know, there's some upgrades we're going to do to help with some of the attorney visits and stuff like that. But when the jail was built, they did it right, and that helps us tremendously. Plus, it's a newer jail. You look at what some of these other people, the other counties and some of their jails that are 80 years old and stuff like that, it's pretty challenging. And that's one thing when I had a meeting with ACO and we were talking about jail liability. Is it a training issue? Is it? And I said it could be a training issue, but when we look at the facility, is the facility up to the standard needed to operate that safely?
Right.
And we're blessed to have a fairly new facility. I had sent that letter to our executive director and just said, hey, I'm not sure if this is the new standard or if we're just exceeding expectations. And so he put out a letter and email asking other sheriff's offices if they've got their reports back yet, just so we can compare it. But like I said, even operating when I was at Guthrie, the 2-man cell there, we always got dinged for something. And for such an operation, for them to come in and say that we're substantially meeting the standards is, like I said, a testament to our staff there.
And your capacity is 185, is that right?
198.
198, almost 200 then.
What are you averaging a day, Daniel?
We're averaging about 145, 150. So we got room at the end.
And what percentage of those are say federal inmates that you're making some money off of to help?
Probably 35%.
Okay.
I do know statewide, ACO, because of the insurance, has been very aggressive trying to get all these other jails up. And when they mention Logan County Jail quite often in those meetings.
Well, and we've actually started kind of I'm not going to say task force, but kind of a committee of sheriffs and county commissioners to get together and discuss issues. So I was down there, there's 3 commissioners, obviously they're not my commissioners, and that's kind of the role, is to have 3 sheriffs and 3 commissioners that don't oversee or work with each
Not
other.
necessarily, not close to each other.
Yeah, so we can talk candidly and really try to figure out what the issues are and where these counties need to focus their resources to decrease the liability. And you know, the first meeting, I was the only sheriff there. I think it was my responsibility to call her the 2 other sheriffs, and I thought it was our executive director's responsibility, so I was the only one that showed up. And we spoke for about an hour and a half, and it was a good back and forth of communications. These 3 commissioners want to do better. They want their counties to do better. And hopefully as a group, we can start putting some things in place to get everybody up on the same page. That's our goal. So,
Well, you know, for me, coming from one of the worst jails,
Sure.
if not the
Sure,
worst
sure.
jail, into one that's getting high marks means a whole lot.
Like I said, you know, I give tours of it all the time. It's the people's jail. They're the ones that built it. And part of me giving those surprise tours is staff knows at any point in time I could bring somebody through there, and they keep it in pretty good shape. You know.
Can minors tour it?
I will if their parents give me permission.
Okay.
Yeah, I've actually had some parents reach out and say, hey, I'm thinking. Absolutely, as long as the parent gives the permission.
Written permission.
If they're verbally, I'll accept it. But if a minor shows up and wants to go through, I won't do that.
We need to take them through the old jail, then take them to the new.
That is the school
Yeah,
straight
yeah,
forward.
that's you know, that's a testament to how far the county's come.
Yeah.
You have a question now?
Our jail is
Sorry.
coming up on 20 years old, so I think it just shows that we've done a good job.
Well, and we, as you guys know, with the jail trust, you know, side of things, we're constantly investing in it because I mean, it's got to last us a long time. And I'm a firm believer that if we're not reinvesting in it every week and every day, then we're gonna get behind. And so I mean, it's you know, we put a lot of money back into it.
Yeah. Question.
You mentioned coming up on 20 years. When was our jail? Was it updated or was it remodeled or was it total built?
It's a brand new facility in 2007.
2007. Thank you.
You wanna go see the old facility?
Yeah, I'm gonna get a lineup of people I want to run through that.
They're already in
I
that
think
list of names
it's
on the
called
wall.
the Dungeon.
Yeah.
Has a nickname, the Dungeon.
I've got some
I've been
specific
through it.
people I'd like to line up.
The health department on one of these inspections, he actually, at that time, and I'm sure that gentleman's actually gone now, but he closed that jail. We lost our insurance on that jail.
Yeah, state shut it down.
I think that would be a field trip for what, 6th graders, 8th graders, somewhere in there.
It's an experience.
It is. We used to tour that every year, and
Yep.
it was tough when the inmates were actually weak and very.
They'll throw urine on you or whatever. Yeah.
I just had somebody that I took down there last week.
Yeah, it's, well, when you look at it, 20 years ago, I mean, that jail was in operation, give or take. I mean,
Yeah.
that's when you think about it, it's kind of like, holy, are you kidding me? Yeah.
So the high school graduates need to go through now and see what the upgrade is.
That'd be good for them to see
What's
that.
even scarier is some citizens would lobby. Oh, it don't matter, those people, they don't have to have anything nice. And, you know, it's a matter of treating people humanely, not
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, we have a right. We have a right to treat
They have a
them.
duty.
Yeah, we have a duty. The number one role of that detention is safety and security of those people that are in it.
So have you guys made the motion to run this on the Guthrie paper or something like that?
The Guthrie News page is fully aware of this, since he's sitting right back there.
There he is.
Yeah. But anyway, I just thought you
Well,
guys had to see that.
and I bragged on you at ACO, and I've mentioned the fact that one reason we don't have as many complaints as maybe a lot of jails do is that you're a Christian. You treat people with respect. There's some really bad people in there, but a lot of people just make some dumb decisions.
Poor choices.
And it's my understanding you help them when they get out sometimes.
Yeah, Monty hires them.
Mark,
Well, no.
send them to those
No,
guys.
no, I mean, there's some of those guys when they get out, my biggest thing when I talk to groups and stuff like that is if we're not investing in those people that do get out and trying to help them succeed. If I know the county commissioners have hired some of those guys before, they take a chance on them. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But if we're not if we're not their cheerleader, who is? And I think that a lot of times when they get out of there, they don't know where to go. And we've got a lot of opportunities. I mean, we've got one that works for the courthouse now doing maintenance work, and I mean, you talk to that guy now versus what it was, I mean, it's a different person.
I think I have one of my employees that,
Yeah.
long before I got there, I'm not gonna reveal who it is.
Sure.
One of the most valuable employees I have. And,
We're just looking for
tremendous worker.
Yep.
And his skill set is, he saves my district a lot of money. So.
Yeah, there's, it's surprising the amount of talent that is back there in our facility. Just like the building across the street, except for the carpet and the ceiling tiles, that was all done by my trustees and some of my staff. So, I mean, a lot of them just are looking for an opportunity to get a leg up and they'll impress you. And
Yeah.
some will disappoint you.
Yeah.
But we have to keep taking chances on them.
Yeah.
Good job, Dan. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Troy?
Fire brigade construction has finished the paint and wood replacement project on the courthouse. So if you haven't taken a look at the front door area, most specifically, how they were able to cut out the lot and put it back in and build around it, looks really nice. And so we have fresh paint around and new wood, and they did a nice job.
All the windows are.
They did all the lintels that needed it, were done, and so, we did a walk around, I did a walk around with Brian, last week, had a couple little places to touch up. Other than that, we're good to go. So it does look much nicer when you go up to the front doors.
Good.
Mark?
I don't have any.
Charlie?
Throw it on me, Charlie.
I had about 8 items, but I just
good.
just realizing how late this meeting's run, I just decided not to share any of them today.
Amen.
All in favor?
All right, we do have bridge inspections after the meeting. He's gonna meet with us one-on-one, so you guys don't run off. But I signed up to go first, so I got the most. I think we'll have a contract to look at here in a couple of weeks maybe on the building, so as soon as I get something in black and white, I'll bring it to the board.
Good.
All righty, item 24, consideration and possible action on adjournment.
I'll move me adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor say aye.
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 We're adjourned.
Troy?
Yes,